Welcome to TPK Roleplay. Tonight, we continue our series of rotating one-shots wherein a brave band of adventurers continue their work with the Harper faction to investigate mysteries within the realm. Tonight's adventure is sort of an after-credits scene following the events of our two-part season finale. Our characters have been invited to Lady Lich's tower in celebration of their recent success. I am Lukalok, and I will be your dungeon master this evening. Players, if you would like to go around in order of overlay.
Hello, I am Osara X Franco, and I'll be playing Valdoni Hunt, the Tiefling Warlock.
Hello, I'm Minji Critical, and I'll be playing Cinder.
Hey, it's Tony, coming back with Brazzle Duel the Dragonborn. And if you thought I wasn't going to wear this mask again, you were wrong. This took forever. It was great.
I guess it's me, huh? My string's being weird. Hey everyone, I'm Tyrant. I play Gruff the Minotaur Barbarian.
Hey everybody, it's Turk. I am playing Nicholas Ignatius Darlow, the human rogue.
Well, hello, my name is Proper Nerdy and/or Nick. I'm playing Estelle, the Warforged Bard.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and bring you over to the hideout where Ilya has kind of gathered all of you. And getting you ready to go outside and lay down the circles that will transport you. They're gonna be.
Oh.
Here we go. Okay. Okay, so what are you guys all doing?
That's a good question.
Great question.
Well, what should we expect from this entity?
Livonia? She's a lich of unparalleled paranoia, planning, aptitude. She is, kind of like his knuckles will kind of go white. She is the reason for our failures and initiatives and successes in many ways. We owe her much. Not all positive, but we owe her a lot.
As Nick says that, Valdoni will reach over and kind of like put a reassuring hand on his elbow and just nod.
Ilya will say, I'm not going with you. This one I have some things to tie up here. But I do have the circles ready to draw out if everyone is ready.
Well, let's link up first. One last time, right into the fray. Valdoni will put her hands out to establish the mental link between the party.
Hopefully it is just one last time.
Once more into the fray. Feel the whole harbor dead.
Forgive me, I haven't been to Helibonia's tower. Can anyone tell me what it might be like?
Full of
no
tricks.
one has.
Oh,
I would say
okay.
that the last time we interacted with Helibonia was in her phylactery, which seemed to be a gauntlet of sorts. We should expect magical traps, psychological, I regret to say torture, but there will be potential pulls at our psyche and attempts to separate us. Do not give in. We need to remain
Estelle
as a
is
cohesive
going.
unit.
Oops, sorry.
I'll go for it.
Estelle is going to lean down and grab a chocolate biscuit that she has provided for the group. And she'll take a bite and say, well, then you might as well take a few more bites of chocolate biscuits because we don't want to bring the mood down before we've already begun. She is requesting that the group take a bit of time and settle oneself before they continue into the despairing situation they're going into.
Mm-hmm. Then I guess if we're taking a bit of time, can I add just an extra protection just in case?
Don't see
That
why not.
would be
Cinder.
Go for it.
beneficial.
Sure. Going into unknown territories, not sure what will come about it, and I'll ritual cast water breathing on everyone. And we'll have, water breathing for 24 hours.
And then Reyes is gonna do as usual. Let's see. Nick, Valdoni, and Estelle. You'll get 35 max HP from aid, and then the others of us will get 30
Nice.
to your
Thank you,
max.
bros.
Once you guys are all done readying yourselves, Ilya will stand from the table and grab the scroll that was included with Pelibonia's letter and make to move outside.
Word.
Valdani shoots a grin over to the party and proceeds to just follow her out.
Lovely.
Of...
And you guys will arrive out in the clearing, which is a little different than the last time you really saw it. The kind of dip in the ground is now filled with water and lily pads, and there is a giant Sarastan in it.
I only am
just
confused. 'cause
hanging
it's-
out. And there he is.
Cutie.
Huh.
Oh,
Yes, this is Tev.
so this was what all the commotion was about not too long ago.
Yes, I'm trying to find him adequate food. His preferred is whatever we can find, but he will sit in the lakes and consume fish, and then sleep for a week at a time.
How much fish does Dev eat?
Whatever will swim into his mouth.
So not just living things.
He is aware when he eats. I have asked that he not eat any person that swims in the lakes here, but
Very thoughtful of you, Brass.
Well, we are focusing on a distraction at the moment. I apologize. We should stay on
Sorry.
task. No. Dev is a
While you
welcome
guys are
addition
talking,
to the
she's
family.
drawing out the circles.
Are we not concerned that he's damaging the local ecosystem or something like that?
That is another concern, of course, but we could always restock the lake, pond. It looks tiny compared to him. I apologize.
as I said, he does just sleep for a week or so, and then
It is fair to say that this Zeratan is actually a baby.
yeah, they actually continuously grow throughout their existence. They can be the size of islands.
Yeah.
He's just a little baby.
So if you,
Eating tons of
it's
fish.
kind of like
So-
goldfish. If you give him a larger pond, he'll grow larger. If you put him in the open ocean, he'd turn into an island-sized.
So does it work the other way around? If you put him in a smaller pond, does he
No,
grow
he will not
smaller?
shrink. He will not
Oh,
shrink.
it's not one of those
Um,
area activated effects. I see. It's not 50-50, it's 100 to 0.
But Ilya will stand from drawing the circles and look at you all and be like, it's ready. if you would like to go through.
Valdoni will stride over to the circle and, well, we did have an official invitation. Wouldn't want to keep a lady waiting.
Very fair.
Well, Ilya, if some reason you will take care of them,
Yes, I'll make sure that they get fed.
Nonsense, brothers. We'll be fine. It's a tea party. No.
well, last time he dealt with her, she took somebody,
I'm aware.
and I will not let that happen again.
I'm sure everything will be okay.
It'll be fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We have a plan.
We're not going to have any more pyres. That's a promise I am.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
Into the portal then.
I'll see you all soon.
Very soon.
As soon as possible.
Okay. And with that, you step through the portal. And you will find yourself in kind of a windswept landscape, thick with fog. And before you looms a tall tower.
It really is never anywhere warm, evidently.
No. No, it is not.
The top of this tower seems to just disappear into the clouds. And as you are walking forward, you will notice that things that kind of seem obscured by the fog kind of come into focus as you approach them, almost as if they are not quite real until you are right there looking at them.
Over the mind leak, because she doesn't want to yell over the sound of the wind, you'll just hear Valdoni's voice. It's quite the impressive estate. I can't imagine I would expect any less than Velabonia, though. Helibonia, rather. But it does seem rather lonely. And I don't know if we need to worry about traps, considering we have been invited.
Invitation.
One
Or-
moment.
Is any of it real, Valdoni?
Pardon?
Is any of it real? It all
I mean-
seems to be an illusion of sorts.
Where are we?
I assume this is the tower, but... And Brad's gonna kind of wash over his eyes, and his eyes will go orange for detect magic.
There's gonna be kind of like a bunch of feedback, as literally the world around you seems to glow with an aura.
She did
I've-
provide the runes herself.
Yes, but last time she did that, there was an issue.
You will also see a strong glow up towards the tower, and if you look up there, you will see Mord, the Rakshasa. And he appears to be taking boxes out of a slit in the air and moving them into another slit in the air.
Yeah, seeing
Just-
Mord, Vildani will just a familiar face, and she will begin to walk closer.
G'day, mates!
Familiar?
Yes.
Right,
Indeed.
I knew you'd be showing up soon. Hi.
It's Mord, isn't it?
Our modest fellowship
Yeah,
expands.
Mord.
Praise the sub.
It's been some time. How is
been
Darius?
ages. Good, don't see him much. Kind of a recluse.
I was
Just to be
pleased.
safe, just for note, I'm gonna attempt to cast True Sight on myself, or not True Sight, True Seeing.
Okay. So you see invisible peoples?
Yeah, I got that.
Oh my
That's
god,
good.
Sally is huge! Let me fix her.
The so I have true sight, so I can see. Yeah, I can see like a lot of stuff, like traps, illusions on creatures into the ethereal plane, hidden by magic and non-magical means. Any illusions, any shape change. Yeah, stuff like that.
I've been waiting to use this line. Hold on just a second. Some strange magic seems to be preventing even your sight from working here.
Mm-hmm. The spell still goes off.
It still goes off, but anything that you were expecting to like pop, glow, anything, doesn't.
I'm gonna do that in telepathy. I'm gonna say, seems some magic is blocked from being used or being effective. Carry on.
That is most troubling.
So tell me, Mord, where exactly are we? Would we happen to be in a bell jar, in some kitchen, or perhaps something a little bit more close to her heart, like a necklace?
Well, we're at her tower, see? Though, we're moving soon. We found a new place, She's had her eye on it for a while. You guys really helped us out. She put the offer
May
in
I ask
already.
where this is?
Oh, we know exactly
Well,
where this is.
I don't know if she'd like me telling that. You probably ask her. She's out talking to the current owner now.
Have.
The what?
Jeez. It's moving day. See the boxes?
So she can't. Do we just head on in, Mord? Is that we're just
Yeah. No, she's got some presents in there or something for you. Good job on the werewolves and all that. It's great seeing you.
It was wonderful to see you too, as well, Mord. And Valdoni will shoot just a highly amused glance back at Nick and the party just as these questions continue. As everybody's like, what do you mean, we will find out in due time, I imagine.
DM, this statue over to our left here.
Mm-hmm.
Can we make that out? See where it is?
Yeah. You will look at it, and it appears to be a beautiful woman in flowing garb, with long hair and bangles on her arms. It's very clearly a stone sculpture of Helibonia.
How vain.
Does the statue come with you too, or do you just leave it for the next owners of the let's just go. Sorry I asked.
No worries, mate. Are you guys entering the tower? The door will open easily if you try it.
Valdoni, for all of the oddness of everything, she's kind of taking it in stride, having spent the last however many months corresponding with Helibonia. She's come to, like, I wouldn't appreciate's a strong word, but appreciate Helibonia's kind of sense of doing whatever the fuck she wants. So Valdoni's just kind of, she's not going to know until Helibonia wants her to, kind of moving forward. However, I will note, even though some time has passed since Waterdeep, Valdoni's eyes are still, they're not fully blacked over, but there's like a gray shadow, like still that like lurks, as if like the normal kind of fast recovery from using her magic is taking a lot longer to wear off this time around. So as she's been looking around at everybody, it's just, she's not quite back to 100% removed.
As you're looking around, actually, with your special eyes, you will notice that, like, everything seems kind of fuzzy and out of focus until you focus on it, like some blades of grass will suddenly like have sharper edges and gleam a little brighter green, as if, you know, aware that you're looking at them, and they're like, "Oh, we better look real." Or the stones on the steps here will just kind of be slightly fuzzy, like, "Oh, no one's paying attention to us." And then as you go to climb the steps, it's like, "Oh, yep, we're stone."
A well-managed manor, if ever there was one.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna pull you over. As you walk in, open the door and walk into the tower.
Fairly cozy, it seems.
Seems rather small.
Hey, Luca.
Mhm.
This might just be the map. Where was the door that we walked in? Is it this thing
Above
up the top?
you. Above
Okay.
you. Yep.
I was
Yep.
a little bit like disoriented. I was like, wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, because
No,
the
above
flooring's
you is the
weird.
door, and you step up like a little couple steps onto like
Oh,
a
yeah,
wood
these
plank
are-
floorway.
Yep.
And then to
Yeah,
your
this
right
is like a
are
platform,
stairs that
okay.
ascend up.
Yep,
Though
that
there
makes
does
sense.
appear to be a locked door without a handle, and made of some material you do not recognize, about halfway up the stairs. To the blocking your path to the next floor.
Is that the only entrance?
That you came in, yes.
Hmm.
So
And then
up the stairs,
And
door,
the only
no
way
handle.
forward, yeah, door no handle, just a lock.
I guess
And as
now is
all
the
of you
goodest.
filter in, the door will shut behind you.
Hmm.
Let the games begin.
This is
As all-
California like puzzles.
This Helibonia likes playthings.
So this is
Yes.
typical behavior.
Yes.
It's to be a bit expected. I imagine that living forever gets quite tiresome, and she does love her little games.
Right.
I would assume.
In this room, you will notice 3 suits of armor, a sort of animal, skin rug on the floor, and then a set of 9 indistinguishable from each other levers on the wall, next to a little plaque with text.
Valdoni would go over to the plaque and
Oh,
read
please
it.
with the plaques.
All right. And it says, "The lever wrapped in leather is beneath the wooden lever, and the lever wrapped in paper is between the stone and bone. If the clay is beside the brass and below one made of glass, and the lever wrapped in cloth is right above one wrapped in grass, and the iron's in the center, and the bone is on the right, and the lever painted black is left of one that's painted white, if the bone and stone and clay are not adorned in any way, and the paint at the top, and the white's above the cloth, and the brass is at the bottom and the stone's beside the brass, and the lever wrapped in leather is the lever made of glass, then a king will know the answer, for a king is very clever. 2 levers here are made of gold, so pull the 2 gold levers."
Valdoni will read this out loud, her tone just dripping in amusement. Like, it's almost kind of like there is a level of exasperation, but just, it is what it is. friend.
This sounds awful.
It
and-
is what it is.
I believe I might have a way to bypass this. I've had it for a time, but
Oh,
it has
Brez.
not come up for any reasons.
Guys,
I
I
do think that's
there'll
an
be any-
excellent idea.
don't think there'll be any bypassing in this particular
Well,
amusement, but feel free.
well, this was a gift, and Braz just kind of goes into his into his side bag, and pulls out a crystal knob.
No way.
The longest con.
The long con, boys and girls. Luca
And
has been so angry that I have never used this goddamn thing she gave me, and it's come to fruition. Possibly. She's
Would you
mad.
care to explain, Brass?
I think it would be best if he demonstrated.
Either way.
Raz will kind of go up to the, the door with no handle and add it as a handle.
It will not click into place.
God damn it! I knew you wouldn't let it happen.
You know what? Rule of cool, I rolled.
Aw, man. That's fair though.
Another
No.
gold hat.
Oh my
Brad.
god. I would have been forever angry at you had that rolled in your favor.
It's the curse of Braz. I should have given it to somebody else. It is not wanting to stick. Perhaps this witch's magic is more than we could assume.
GM, Valdoni would like to examine the coats, the armor sets, trying to see if one is more elaborate or has a crown or any indication that they are superior to the other two.
Okay. Roll an investigation for me.
Would you mind rolling that for me?
Yes, actually.
It's a
Check it out
+7
for
with
you.
advantage because I'm using sight. She'll pull down her glasses to kind of like examine the
Is this
armor.
a magical sight though?
No, well, it's
Oh.
my eyes of minute seeing.
Oh, okay. Okay. But it's not like true sight or true
No,
anything like
mm-mm.
that.
As long as they're not shape changed.
+7.
Uh-huh.
The one middle seems a little more fancy polished than the other two.
Without touching it, she will kind of move closer and start scanning over for any like writing clues, any indication, maybe even like trying to see if it's magical, like trying again not to touch it necessarily.
It does not appear to be magical, though you will notice a few faint lines of gilding on the armor.
Gilding, like gold.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything like protruding from the armor that might seem like a lever?
No.
Okay. I believe this one in the middle might be our king, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he feels like talking to us just yet.
What do you see on it?
Well, he has. You can see here, and she'll just very carefully, without touching, he has these gilded straps here. That I think
other two
indicate
are
that
not?
he's different somehow. She'll look over at Nick, who she is 110% assuming has just been like obsessively like
Look at Tyrant
yeah,
Turk right now.
tic-tacking
Both just like
through.
Listen, hey, listen. I just took the LSAT and I studied for this. I studied for
Jesus,
this.
Tyrant, you are so loud right now.
Sorry.
It's wonderful. Never be apologetic for your volume of passion.
Are you just saying that because your mic is so terrible?
What do you
Oh,
think, Nick?
wow.
When you
Rude.
Who
How
hurt
quick?
you? Who hurt you?
Anyway, back on track.
Anyways, now the voices are out of my head. I almost want to say that I don't think we're the ones that's supposed to solve this. I don't think it's entirely solvable without a clue from that middle armor.
By the way, anyone in chat, if you're in our Discord, if you want to message me what your answers are, that would be cool.
I just want to like be able to read the clue because it was fast for my poo brain.
It's on the stream right now.
I can.
Wait.
Do you need me to show it to you again?
It's in your journal.
Is it? Because I didn't.
Yeah.
It's like it didn't pop for me for whatever reason.
Oh.
It's under current quest and then handouts, and it's called
Oh.
Levers.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's funny, Cole, that your new character can detect gold. I would love if he would come and try and detect what materials these levers are.
Is glass only mentioned once in this?
Twice.
Twice. I now see it now.
But leather is glass.
Leather is glass, and
The
it's
wrapped in leather is glass.
The lever wrapped in leather is a lever made of glass.
and cloth is right above one wrapped in grass.
Chalice from the palace. Is
Palace,
true that
yes.
it's true.
Yes, yes, 100%.
Chalice of the palace, the brew is the poo, and
Yeah.
the petal with the poison is in the chalice of the palace.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now.
110%.
Can I also take a cursory glance around the room, just seeing if I pick up on anything that might stick out as a gold lever that's hiding because she would enjoy us fussing over these levers?
You may roll an investigation.
Okay. That's a 25.
Okay. You don't really notice much else other than this rug and that there's a little bit of gold filigree on the armor in the middle set of armor.
I specifically look at the two that is not the center.
Yeah.
Basically, Estelle's thought process. This makes so much sense from her background, but it's also what I'm thinking. Is that a king is only as good as his subjects, or at least the people that work for him. And so I want to see if these are all distractions, or the king one is a distraction, in that, like, really it's the normal people that are probably the ones to look at. Does that make any fucking sense?
No, I
get
get
what
what
you're
you're
saying.
saying. Roll an investigation as you check out the two flanking pieces of armor.
Lovely.
I think I got one row. So
I
excited.
love
I
how
think I got a row.
Like, I
Ooh, that's
love
so
looking up
upsetting.
and seeing
No,
like
you know what?
Tyrant and Turk just doing this mode.
There we
Just
go.
like
Because it does guarantee us
solving puzzles.
one known one, which is the center.
Luca, that'll be a
Right.
23.
A 23? You do
Well,
not
techni-
notice anything really unusual about these sets of armor. They seem like perfectly beautiful, well-made sets of plate mail.
I'd like to pull 2 levers.
Okay.
I would pull top middle and middle right.
The door will slide open.
Did you just brute force that? Just like go through all the logic, or what?
I just went through the entire thing.
Excellent
Yes.
work, Ruff.
The 2 gold levers are
Gra-
the middle lever in the top row, and the far right lever in the middle row.
Someone choose a number between 1 and 8 for me.
7.
6.
Whoops.
7 was the first one. Gruff is taking 76 psychic damage.
What the fuck?
He's not smart enough to handle this.
Nope.
Hmm.
It's open.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Well, Gruff, that was quick work. And Valdoni will shoot kind of like a look over at Nick for not being able to solve the puzzle before Gruff.
Ooh,
Just
got
really
him.
sly smile.
I think, yeah, I'd probably laugh. It'd be a little comical.
Shall we
Is
continue?
everyone walking into the 6? Is everyone walking into the next room?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm a little
Okay.
worried how carefree we're feeling.
We are not carefree. We are being cautious.
Cinder, if
Right.
this woman wanted us dead, we would have been dead before we reached the steps.
you continue up the stairs to kind of a bare room. Though on the far wall is a painting that continues changing scenes. 1 second it's like a wildflowers, the next it's an inspirational quote, the next it's like on it's on Google Photos, like home mode, where it's just cycling through your camera reel. Kind of vibe. And Estelle, as you walk into the room, you enter the room, and then you enter the room again, and you look already here.
Sorry, Luca, you've cut out a little bit on me. Can you say that one more time?
You enter the room, and then you enter the room again.
Me specifically, or everyone?
You specifically, Estelle. Another one of you enters the room.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
One of the Estelles, whichever one I guess I'm in control of.
I will ask that you RP both of them.
Perfect.
I am not telling you which
my
one is
God.
the real you.
Well, the
great.
first Estelle will turn around when someone mentions that there's a problem, and look back at the second Estelle. And so first Estelle will say, well, hello and welcome. And the second Estelle will say, oh, well, I see you've already made it here before me. And the first Estelle will look at her and say, oh, well, this is just very confusing, isn't it? But, 2 minds and all that.
Estelle,
They'll both say yes.
you've had one identity crisis not too long ago, if you remember. Is this a reoccurring theme?
Not as far as I remember, says the second one. And the first one will continue. Though I am a warforged, so it's distinctly possible that 2 of me were made at some point. The second one will reply, though I do find that quite doubtful, because we are in a land of illusions.
Yes,
Hi.
Nicholas.
I'd like to use Unerring Eye to detect the presence of illusion shape changers not in their original form and other magic designed to deceive the senses.
Would I notice you doing that, or is this something you can do kind of discreetly?
It is, my eyes just can pick that up if I choose to.
Valdoni would also be using her
I have
witch
special
sight.
eyes.
Witch
Is there
sight
something
for
you
shape
need
changes.
to roll? Because if you are using it as a skill, I can have you roll, but if it is a magical effect or ability, again,
It
you are
is
just
a-
surrounded by magic, and this does not seem to be effective.
It is a class feature that allows me to detect things, and that doesn't show them as they are. It just lets me know. Like the real Estelle wouldn't be as fadey and pingy as the fake one, basically. Like that wall doesn't look like a wall, and I'm sure all this doesn't quite look like a tower, but
It looks very much like a tower. I mean, you're in a small little, everything's close enough to you and knows that you're paying attention to it. So it's definitely a tower right now.
right. But the Estelles.
Estelles are indistinguishable.
I'd
Though you will notice with your unerring eye some text appear on the portrait.
Of course, I will read it.
And it says, all about the house with his lady he dances, yet he always works and never romances. What is he?
Got a pop-up for this one, too?
I do not have a pop-up for this one, but I can copy it for you.
Are you muted?
I think
Am
your
I
noise-
muted?
Yeah, your noise gate.
We
cut that
didn't
last
hear
part.
you.
Yeah, it just didn't
My
pick you up.
noise gate doesn't like me today.
How dare.
How dare. There. Let me copy it for you.
If we should switch intelligences, because I definitely have that average 10 or below, and you definitely got this 20 going on.
I'll just keep taking psychic damage. It's fine.
feel like it's something, but I don't think Braz is gonna know. Like I'm thinking it's a broom.
So only Nicholas sees this, and he's read it out loud.
I am alerting the group through psychic link. Now, are both Estelles able to hear via the psychic link?
Ooh.
Yes.
Ah, damn it.
This is like
Okay.
when a student's like, but what about the homework? She's just like, ah, yes. One more thing to
teacher.
cause mayhem. Both Estelles are kind of in symmetrical pattern, are going to both kind of cock their heads. And then when they notice this, they're going to look at each other and start discussing back and forth what they think it could be.
Yeah, my guess is a broom, but
Well, the broom
a
would be the
feather
lady,
duster?
I do believe, but he is the more important question.
Or the broom will be dancing with the lady because it's assumed in this situation that the woman would be responsible for taking over the house, which is
Oh, I guess that
backwards
is a
and terrible, but
So you say broom out loud?
no, this was very much over mine. Link is
Okay.
that. No, thank you. I have big fear. Also, Braz isn't the smart one.
because I did say that they're discussing it. I think that might have been one of the things that one of the Estelles would have said.
So you do say broom out loud?
Yes.
The words will fade and a set of different words will show up. Hold on.
Oh wow! Holy shit! I was right. Wow, I'm honestly
Before-
surprised at myself.
Before my birth, Master binds me. He'd never seen me, yet always he finds me. Always with him as he grows older, each of his burdens I'm sworn to shoulder. I cannot escape my fate as a slave until my master lies dead in his grave.
Bones.
Is that what Braz is saying?
This is all over mine, Link. He is not
Okay.
that good.
Then you guys officially announce it to me when you decide to guess out loud.
Might it, again, over the mind link, might it be a shadow, perhaps?
But shadows do not exist before your birth.
Also, I can see my shadow.
bones exist before you're formed.
And they certainly disintegrate when you die. Well, for some of you.
But you don't find bones.
Do you not? A few of mine were broken in water deep. I am not too sure of this. This is not my expertise.
I mean, can we just guess?
I mean, Estelle, I think, would say out loud, but I think bones is a very good answer.
Okay, the words will fade.
God damn it!
And new words appear. The answer I give is yes, but what I mean is no. What was the question?
Are you asleep?
The words stay up.
My mind's first Estelle will say to second Estelle, my mind seems to drift towards can you hear me? Something along those lines, but doesn't seem to quite make sense. But it's something near there.
Nothing happens.
And so Estelle 2 will reply back, well, it could be something like, do you understand me? Or are you near? Just, it's something, I have it right on on my fingertips.
Nicholas will say aloud, do you mind?
The words will disappear.
Hmm.
Cheating
wonder-
from chat, I
Yeah.
see.
Cheating!
What?
Cheats! Cheats!
What?
Purple Phil
Oh my
got
god.
that answer.
I did. Oh my god. I can't even get
Cheats!
that question right with you people.
No, I believe you. I believe you,
I
Turk.
believe Turk. I
Hmm.
do. But nice work.
I don't know
Purple
what
Phil.
I did, but like, if y'all can pull the fucking daggers out my back by now, like,
Oh yeah, here. Just
Like-
hold
It's
it for
okay.
me.
Estelle is laughing politely.
Okay. New words. Let's see. That's 3.
God damn, how
new
many are
words
there?
will appear.
No
If
words.
if I knew today was puzzles, I would have quit.
I love puzzles, but you guys are too fast.
So I just guessed on the other two, but apparently they were right.
I'm just too dumb.
In marble walls as white as milk, lined with a skin as soft as silk, with a fountain crystal clear, a golden apple doth appear. No
I do
doors
believe-
there are to this stronghold, yet thieves break in and steal the gold.
I guess Estelle would have waited until Nick was done before saying, I believe that would be an egg.
Mm-hmm.
The words will
Very good,
disappear.
Estelle.
Yep. Some of these I have heard before, which is
It's impossible to know which ones you would have heard or not.
exactly.
I mean, I
Question
hadn't
for
heard
the
that one. That's
GM.
really, I like that one a lot.
Mhm.
As this continues, is there any changes in the two Estelles? Like, is one starting to waver? They seem the same.
Mhm.
Okay. Valdoni is listening to her comrades kind of solving the riddles as they continue, but still concerned about the duplicate Estelle and is trying to tie a correlation between the two. I don't know if I need to roll anything. I'm just making my intents known.
Yeah, you can roll something if you would like.
So Nick already looked at them, right?
yeah. Gave him the look.
Valdoni's gonna reach into her pocket, and she's quickly gonna retrieve Sir Calvin from her
Okay.
pocket.
Mhm.
She's gonna hold him up, and she'll look at him. Now listen, Calvin. We have the mystery of the two Estelles. I don't know if you can distinguish between the two of them, but it might be nice, because I know one Estelle has definitely given you too many treats. And she'll put Calvin down, and Calvin will kind of go over, and I think just using a different sense, Calvin will go over and try to smell a difference between the two, assuming that one has been in the Harper hideout making, chocolate biscuits and being with the kids, and the other seemingly has not. So
They both smell like chocolate biscuits, and like there's just hints of the hideout and people around them.
yeah, Calvin will get very confused, and he'll be up on his hind legs at one, kind of pawing for treats, and then see the other one and look at that one, and then move it back and forth across the room, just kind of chittering, till Valdoni sighs and picks him back up and puts him up on her shoulder and just continues to think.
The next set of words will appear, by the way. And they are going to say, I have nothing inside me, and everything is inside me, and I grant the use of my virtue to all without charge.
I have a question. Is the door to the next level actually locked and closed, or is this just like...
Are you gonna go over and check it?
I'm going to go and check if this door is
Yeah.
actually closed and locked. And
It does appear unmovable,
okay, I just want to check.
but that would have
This
been
is
amazing,
like
but yeah.
an unending series of little riddles.
Any guesses? I have nothing inside me, and everything is inside me, and I grant the use of my virtue to all without charge.
Again, the two styles are going to kind of chirp back and forth and just kind of list things off that they're thinking about. And each one will like agree with the other one and say, yes, well, what about this one? And back and forth, they'll list things like music and shadows and light and air, and kind of just go back and forth and kind of chitter chat about things.
So far, nothing has changed as they have said these words.
How many more riddles could there possibly be?
Well, knowing Helibonia and her having the expanse of time at her expense, I feel that there could be many.
Perhaps we should try this knob again.
I mean, I don't see why not, Bryce.
That doesn't
Okay.
solve our duplicate problem.
Is there really
No.
a problem if there are two Estelles?
Well,
Well,
They do not seem hostile. They do not seem
yet.
anything other than the ordinary.
GM, are these still just random pictures that are floating by on this painting?
No, it seems to just be the text right now.
Just the text. So
Mhm.
whatever. Okay. So whatever we're doing seems to have some effect on the room.
Yes.
I have nothing inside me and everything inside.
The Estelle's will again
Mr.
be...
Rogers' bloodstained sweater has correctly guessed it.
Nice work. Dude.
Space. Nope.
Well,
Water.
the Estelle's are going to kind of again chirp back and forth. Well, it could be the universe. It could be the world. It could be the earth. It could be a thing. It could be every. It could be.
Could be knowledge.
That's distinctly good. I do like that one. A dictionary, perhaps.
History. I don't know.
Not a thesaurus. What am I thinking? An encyclopedia, perhaps. Something along those lines. It feels like it's about the words of the puzzle, doesn't it? And the second Estelle will say, yes, it sounds familiar.
So does the knob work this time?
Does not.
Of course it doesn't.
How about
What is
a map?
everyone else doing?
Words.
Is it a letter? No,
Light.
that does not work.
Dark.
I do wonder if there's a second explanation too without charge. Is it as simple as for free? God damn it, Mr. Roger. Don't just...
I know. Now you told me. You told me without
Come
telling
on.
me, you son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
You awful
bastard.
person. I hate
You
you.
can't give us hints. That's the DM's job.
Listen,
Yeah, but
they're just
I'ma take
worried
that
that
hit
you're
and
gonna
run.
die here.
I'm gonna take that hint and run with it.
Oh,
A mirror?
you're all looking at trap.
The words
Both-
will
both
change,
Estelles will turn
and
to Valdoni
one
and-
of the Estelles will shatter into nothing.
Oh, how sad.
The other Estelle, whichever one it was, kind
You're
of flinches.
still unsure which one you are.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is the prestige up in here.
Oh lord, that was quite disturbing.
That was not okay.
It was
I
nice
tell
to
you
have
what.
someone like me for a change.
You
I can
are
imagine.
quite polite, but it was unerring.
Are
guys
there any
going
more
to the
riddles?
upstairs? Nope. Now it's just going through like landscape photos and just things
Awesome.
like that.
Is there a
Yeah.
handle this time?
A selfie of Helibonia and Mord.
The gallery's on shuffle.
Yeah.
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 All right. As you come up into this next room, you will see a bunch of mirrors.
Oh gosh.
Speaking of
Why?
mirrors, how exciting.
Cinder, darling, are you quite all right?
Maybe.
There's two Estelle still.
You've been rather quiet. I just want to make sure you're all right.
I will be eventually. Towers scare me,
That's fair.
but let's keep going.
Fair enough. Valdoni will move over to one of the mirrors and look into it.
All right. Roll investigation for me.
Will you
As
roll it
you
for
see
me?
the room reflected back at you, yourself, your party members. Yeah, what's your thing again? 7?
+7 with advantage because we're relying on sight.
Right. You will notice that the reflection appears to have a wand sitting on the floor next to this chest. However, if you turn, there is no wand on the floor in the room you're in.
She'll walk around. Is the wand in every mirror?
Yes.
What are you picking up, darling?
Well, there is something in there that is not in here, and I find it quite amusing. A wand placed near the chest. Gruff, could you just help me? I just have one quick idea, but I'm afraid if I tried to do this myself, I might break it. Would you mind tilting one of these just forward?
Sure.
How far are you tilting it?
Until she says stop.
Valdoni's, if Gruff can manage it, if it's not heavy enough, she's gonna want him to tilt it as far forward as he can. Maybe
You're
just a
gonna
little further,
hear
Gruff.
a weird skittering sound, and then a clatter as the
Oh,
wand falls out
That
of the
was
mirror onto the floor, and you will hear the door and open.
rather clever.
That's
I've
For
got this
curiosity's sake,
quick.
I just want to touch the glass of the mirrors.
Mhm.
It's
It appears
solid.
to just be normal glass.
Oh, thank you, Gruff. I think we can put that back. I don't know if we want to look at the chest necessarily, as it seems we retrieved the item that we required.
Is it okay to touch that wand, though?
I
It
mean,
appears
seems-
purely decorative. It does not seem to have any
Well, just because it looks nice doesn't mean it's nice. This place is full of
We are
riddles.
we are
and-
here for a reason. I would recommend not.
That's
Towers
fair.
and wizards are nefarious in general, so let's stay away from treasure for now.
I think this has been my favorite room yet. And she'll proceed on.
You're just gonna like dapple your hair a little bit. Just above the mirror.
Gruff, I hope you don't lump me into that category.
In this
No.
room,
No.
there seems to be a large, deep bowl, almost, with this kind of thick
I'm in it.
water substance. And hold on just a sec. Go over. And at the opposite end of this little well bowl is a stone statue stands with one arm raised in a fist, index finger pointing to the ground. The other hand holds a tablet with runes, and Valdoni, you would see that they translate to, "Be humbled, trespasser. You believe your destination is beneath you, but you mustn't miss the point." And then if you were to look into this watery substance, about 2 feet down is a metal gauntlet, and it seems to be hovering magically in this watery substance, glowing blue in the clear substance. Fingers outstretched towards the statue.
So it's kind of like a hand pointing down and a hand reaching up. Is there anything else in the room as she kind of looks around?
Looks like there's some barrels of leaking water-ish substance, but nothing else. Nice rug.
Gruff is gonna walk up to the statue, look at it for a second, grab the hand that's pointing down. Does the arm move at all?
Nope, it's just a regular old stone statue.
What's on the ceiling?
Just wood rafters.
What's the exact point that the finger is pointing down towards?
Just the floor right below the well.
Am I able to reach my hand into the water?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little thicker than normal water. It's almost gelatinous. But you are able to reach your hand in there. You can feel the gauntlet in there. It seems to just be like a metal gauntlet, though if you touch it, it does not move from where it is.
It's firmly stuck in place.
Mm-hmm.
Cinder, can you manipulate the fingers by any chance?
I can try.
Are you gonna put your hand in the gauntlet?
Ooh, in the gauntlet, yeah.
Or are you gonna try and like bend the fingers?
I'll try it out first. I'll see if I can move it outside of it first.
Yeah, you are unable to get the gauntlet to move.
Alright, yeah, I put my hand in the gauntlet.
Alright. You are going to place your hand in this gauntlet. And it's going to clasp your wrist, and you'll be unable to remove your hand. And the floor of this well is going to start dropping, and you are going to be slowly pulled by your hand in here. But you guys will hear the door open.
Grabbing Cinder, just holding on.
Is he coming with me?
You're gonna go with.
Okay.
Either that or rip the arm off.
Go through the door.
Wait.
Not leaving you behind.
We are not leaving you behind.
I'll think of something.
No.
I have something to think of.
Cinder, what are you doing? You've put your hand in the gauntlet and you're starting to get pulled down.
Yeah, how quickly? Is this like very fast?
I got an idea.
Pretty fast.
I got an idea.
Pretty soon your face is going to be under the water.
Gruff move. And Braz will grab onto Cinder and it's like, all right, here we go. And he's going to D-door 5 feet away with her. To get her out, they can teleport, move, go.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I need you to confirm that this is what you are doing.
I don't like this, but that's the best thing I can think of for Brass to do aside from cutting her arm off.
Yeah, about that.
So
there is going to be a magical ripping, tearing sound just screaming through your ears as you D-door, and you are going to shimmer, break, and reappear a few feet away. Cinder, your arm is still in that gauntlet, but you are there with Braz.
Shit.
As it rips off,
he's going to try to just grab the wound and just pour in the healing hands.
I'm gonna grab Braz by like the snout. I'm gonna push him up, and I'm going to look over. And is the door still open?
Yes, it is still open.
Okay.
But your arm is still in that gauntlet.
Fuck.
And there's blood pouring out from there. There's blood pouring out from your arm.
Yeah.
Estelle, is this something? Estelle.
How
What's
much
up?
damage?
Big
How much damage do I take? Because I'm gonna
Hold on
like.
just a second. Hold on just a second. I need to calculate it.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna shove Braz off me, and kind of like, grab and step back to the side and go against the wall.
He's gonna panic. I am sorry.
You're gonna take 42 points of damage.
Let me try to help.
Okay. Take my 42. And
It's all fun and games till someone gets their arm ripped off. Am I
Right?
right?
I'll
I mean-
just. It's in the state of like shock, where like the pain hasn't kicked in yet, and realization hasn't happened yet, and I'm just don't touch me right now. I'll look over.
I cannot help you if I cannot.
Just don't. I can take care of this. Just don't. Is the door still open?
The door's still open.
Yes.
The arm now, though, is descending into the water. That is still lowering.
Please, let's leave this room. I said let's leave this room!
Is everyone leaving?
Let's go.
I guess.
All right.
Before we leave, real quick, what was the thing you said at the very beginning that you think is up and down and stuff? The clue you gave at the beginning of the,
Be
the
humble,
room.
trespasser. You believe your destination is beneath you, but you mustn't miss the point.
Okay.
All right, let me pull you over to the next room.
And as we do walk away, the blood that kind of pools on the ground, it'll like hit the ground, and you'll hear, and then it'll turn to a solid. And over time, it's the blood coming out of the arm is quickly going to turn into like a almost like a rocky form, and the bleeding will stop eventually.
I am sorry. I did not.
It's okay.
No, it is not
I
okay.
was ready to do the same thing. Don't.
I do have something that will bring your arm back, but
I think I have some remedies. I'll just keep things okay until after we're done with this. But
I can attempt to dull the pain, but you do not wish for me to assist you.
I'm fine. As I said, we can, let's save that for later. I can take care of this. I promise.
Okay.
Valdoni will kind of move over to Braz and put a hand on his shoulder and just nod to him, understanding that he is in great turmoil over this turn of events.
It's bad.
Yeah, and just nod and shoot a concerned glance to Cinder before looking around the room, trying to determine what we got here.
So this room seems to be kind of alchemical in nature. There's a few little glass vials and things like that. Sitting on the counter, though, are a set of 4 colored stones. And next to it, it says, only 1 per person. Let's get talking through those problems. And there's a blue one, a red one, a yellow one, and a green one.
This sounds awfully familiar.
Does it?
Very, very, very familiar. I think it was on the tip of my tongue here. It had something to do with a little gentleman who told stories in the wilderness.
Listen, I have a favorite riddle, okay? It's gonna be slightly different.
I do
Okay.
appreciate the use of it, though. And I honestly don't remember it, so it's good.
Valdoni will move over and seeing the crystals. Cinda, we'll take this one. And she'll nod to
Right.
Gruff, Braz, Nick, and she'll go ahead and she'll put her hand out and take up the blue one.
Yeah, let me message you what's gonna happen. And just so you know, if you were to go and try and speak about what is occurring to you, the words will not come out, the thoughts will not come out.
Gotcha.
And let me just find you and I'll message this to you. You got blue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Braz will grab the green one.
It's going
Braz
for red.
will grab the green one.
I got big fear right now.
There's a lot of fear. Yeah.
Gruff, are you grabbing the yellow?
Suppose so.
Okay.
Is there not a purple one?
No, blue, yellow, red, green.
Oh, on the map it looks like there's a purple one.
Hmm.
Do you want there to be more mayhem?
Yes, obviously this is full shenanigans, 1000%.
So is there any left? Is that all of them?
There's only 4. Estelle been through a lot recently.
Magnanimous
Has she?
dispensation.
Oh no, fear.
I'm not saying I want
we
one. I'm
just-
just
Oh, we
trying
just
to
got
offer
we
it.
just
We got
got
a fucking deck.
Deck!
we just got a deck.
Oh no!
Mr.
Oh,
no.
Roger.
We got
And here of
God.
all rooms, why do you do this to us?
Yeah, this is already big bad.
Oh boy, oh boy,
Oh
oh boy.
god, I don't like it.
Afraid. Bard's afraid.
I like that the
Bard's
last
afraid.
thing he
Bard's
If it's
afraid.
Barge or Fane, I'd be super upset because it's not gonna work with these fucking.
I like that the
stones.
last thing that Mr. Rogers said also is, "Who needs an arm anyway?"
Yeah.
And then just
No, he
dishes
says,
out.
seems
the-
like a good time for this slap.
Oh my
Please, Bard's refrain, Sir Heck. Please.
No, if it's
Let
Barge
us
or
use our
Fane,
good powers.
just give me just any other card right now.
It's not a good look, Luca. I'm scared.
god. Hold on, I've got to find it. Where is it? It's pinned, right?
I mean, the link is in the DM's page if you want to
Yeah,
go there.
that's where I'm trying to find it. There we go.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
what do I need to roll?
A D20.
Okay.
My heart's
Scared.
racing right now. I
am
don't
really
like it.
scared.
I am so fucking startled.
A 3.
Oh,
That's a bad one, isn't it?
Hold on,
That's-
hold on. I've got to roll a d6 now.
that's not good.
4.
Rough.
Oh, it's Gruff. That's Gruff, buddy.
Here's- Tony, leave. Just leave.
My Hubert.
Millionaire Gulag. Goodbye, everybody.
Gruff. Let's see here.
Oh.
Sir Heck, just calm.
Better than a
calm
one,
down.
everyone. Better than
There
a
is no
one.
calm.
Yeah, the one would be super not good right
Okay,
about
what
now.
is it?
Oh.
It's judgment, and the player gets a glimpse of the righteous scales of judgment. If the character can prove that they have lived a just life, they will be emboldened with the power of the upper planes for the next 1d4 days. The character will be able to read and speak Celestial, will gain a flying speed equal to their walking speed, it will deal additional 2d8 radiant damage with every attack. If the character cannot prove that they have led a just life. They will be immediately punished. For the next 1d4 days, the character will have vulnerability to radiant damage, disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws against celestial creatures, and cannot be resurrected by any means, other than a wish spell, if killed during the duration.
Oh my, this would have
So,
been much better for the Braz
let me
curse.
just pull up something really quick.
This is not good.
Oh god, she's got to pull up more things. This is not ideal.
Well, this could have went to like anybody else, and it probably would have been better.
Gruff.
But because it's Gruff.
Suddenly, everything goes dark. It's like you're floating, except that it's not just that your body is weightless. It's like your body isn't there. No sound, no feeling, only the complete darkness. You're not even sure if you're conscious anymore or how long you've been here. You have the thought like, is this it? Is this the end? Is this eternity? Has it already been an eternity? And then there's a change, a sudden acceleration. You can feel your mind stretching, being pulled towards something. It feels like your very essence is being torn in two. There's no pain, not like you remember it. It's a much deeper hurt, like your very being is getting squeezed. And just before you hit the breaking point, you open your eyes. You have a body again, but it's not quite the body you remember. You're lying prone, completely nude, but you have no gender. It's like a poor imitation of your body, a hastily constructed vessel. And you slowly sit up, your head still pounding, and you look around. In the very dim twilight, you can't discern the source of the light, but it does allow you to see that you are in the middle of what appears to be a large marble hall with giant, very distant pulpit type structures. And right in front of you on the floor is a scale. How very unfortunate. You whirl around at the unexpected voice from behind you, and sitting, kind of leaning up against one of these structures, is a figure. The figure appears human, is wearing billowing black robes. The robes look ancient, rotting away on their body. A hood completely obscures the figure's head, hiding their face from your sight. They're looking off into the distance, best as you can tell. And when you open your mouth to respond, no sound comes out. It's time for you to prove your worth. I'm listening.
Karen just in shock.
Processing.
I have by no means led a perfect life. I have done bad. I
As
have been
you
evil.
speak, your own memories seem to leave your mind, and you can see the scale weighing down on one side.
There was a time where I sought the destruction of the group that I now fall in with.
Again, the scale lowers.
Then I met friends. I found happiness, something I hadn't known before. My perspective changed. Then my friends died. And I realized what I once was is not what I wanted to be. Ever since that day, My sole purpose in life has been protecting the people that I am with.
And again, as you talk and imagine each of their faces, it's almost like this warm light of memory is coming from you and resting on that other scale, but instead of weighing down the other side, it just kind of lifts the original, it weighs down that side and the other side lifts up, equaling them out, or at least getting closer.
I've found family, laughter, happiness, friendship. I've made other lives better, not through violence, but through compassion, love. Love. I found love. Something I never thought I would. I've devoted myself to a deity, saved that deity from being locked away, and put an end to the evil that I once was. But I have so much more to do, so much more life to live.
The
I'm
scales
by no means perfect.
will tip for a second and then even. And the golden side lifts just a little bit higher. And then it disappears. And the figure will click its tongue disappointedly. Well, I suppose it's time for you to go. I don't get you yet. But there's always another way. You may
Always another
go
way.
and await whatever judgment finds you later. And you will, at the edge of your sight, the room begins to dissolve. The ground, the pillars, the very air itself is beginning to dissipate, like mist in the morning sun, and it's slowly closing around on you from all sides. And you find yourself standing back with everyone else, and it does not appear that any time has passed. Everyone seems to be exactly as you left them, even though it now seems like that was an eternity ago. And you can fly. And speak and read Celestial. And deal radiant damage.
Yes, I've become a holy weapon, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, holding this stone, can I speak?
You have to follow what I sent you.
Oh.
Oh, gang. We about
Yeah,
to make a hard right
But
turn.
before, tonal shift again, but first we're going to take a break really quick, and then we'll come back and deal with the fact that you guys are all holding these stones, and have to deal with that. So, really quick, 5-minute break and we'll be back. We're back. Okay, so, Grubb, you have returned to your body, but you are still holding that stone that I sent you that message about, so... Tyrant, Gruff has picked up the yellow stone. Nicholas has picked up the red stone. Braz has picked up the green stone, and Valdoni has picked up the blue stone.
I wonder what
Sorry, Braz. I cannot
these stones
seem
do.
to stop with it.
This is
I cannot
quite
seem to stop. I must.
an odd
I must talk
thing.
over. I must.
Are
door
you
open?
all
Cannot,
right?
I cannot
Problem,
stop.
Estelle,
I cannot.
yes,
I
I
cannot
understand
stop. Yes.
completely.
Yes.
Well,
This
Okay.
seems to
Okay.
be a
God,
problem
Estelle
that
understands.
you to
I
be
cannot
speaking. I
speak
do
without
understand.
speaking
Is-
over one
is
of
the-
you,
is
and
the
now
thing-
so
is the
rude.
thing
I'm
open?
so sorry. This is
Is
so
it-
rude.
is this
I
open, the
cannot
thing?
open it. What?
One thing at a
Open the
time,
thing.
Nicholas. Please,
The thing.
please.
I cannot.
Quiet.
I can't. I'm compelled.
Now that you
Gruff.
guys have all started speaking, there is going to be text that kind of appears next to the door that says, "When your affliction is identified, you may pass."
Oh. Perfect. So I was
I
like,
cannot.
next
I
to the
have to
thing.
keep talking, and I cannot.
It's okay,
I'm so
dearest.
sorry. I'm
Dearest,
so
you can
sorry.
only
I
talk
can't-
when someone else is
you-
talking.
I can't. Yes, that's true. Estelle.
All right.
I cannot
you
help it, and I
have-
must talk when someone else talks.
As Estelle identifies your affliction, the stone will fall from your hand.
not spoken in
Oh, thanks, Lord.
Oh, okay.
quite
So we
some time.
need.
Firstly,
Are you all right? Well, are you?
Do
I'm fine.
Gruff, you're not fine.
It's
I
that
was
ex-
asking like in real life, dude. Are you all right?
It's that extra
Like,
2d8
You're
radiant
giving me
damage.
IRL issues right
In-
now.
In real life, I'm fine.
Okay, thank you.
Green
Good
card, green card, we're all
Jesus,
good.
man. Do not.
Capitan, Gruff, you appear to be having a thing. Yes. See the thing.
Nicholas, are
Does he
you?
look like
Have
he's
you
in
lost some
pain?
vocabulary?
I-
Or simply are forgetting what you mean to say?
I don't.
I do
I am
not
forgetting the things I am trying to say, but
understand how this
Please stop.
Gruff, are you
riddle
in pain?
works
Gruff?
here.
Gruff? Gruff, are you okay?
oh,
Are you... Is there pain being caused to you?
It hurts when we speak, Gruff. It hurts when we speak. That's your affliction.
it hurts when you say his name.
Does it hurt when we say Gruff? It hurts when we say his name,
Yes, his thing.
his thing. You mean his
Thing.
name,
Yeah, the thing. The
No.
jack in the box. Ah, the thing.
not the
The
not
thing.
the thing. His
Say-
Nicholas,
He's
I
literally-
do
The thing.
say
it's-
it with me. His name,
The thing.
name.
not
Thing.
understand
Gruff.
what.
Nick, can
Gruff.
you not say names? Can you not say a word?
What you mean.
I do not know, Valali. I am trying to say the thing.
Nicholas,
This
have you
is
lost
not.
nouns?
Can Nicholas?
The stone will fall from your hand.
Oh God. Oh, I can
my
say
God.
gods.
Proper's on top of this, you guys. Like, oh my god.
Glad he didn't take the stone.
I
So-
wonder what
Gruff.
this stone is
Wait,
My
did
Minotaur friend.
sorry,
supposed to
did
do.
Braz take a stone as well?
Mhm.
Yes. He's not just like this.
I'm sorry, Brass, but one of us seems to be experiencing physical pain, and I
Oh.
feel that we
Who
should
is
probably resolve
that?
that first.
Braz, why is it taking you so long to tell us what's wrong with you?
There does not appear to be
Braz, can you only say 3 words at a time?
anything wrong with
The stone will fall from your hand, Brass.
me. Huh. That was quite odd.
Valdoni will move over to Gruff, who I assume is kind of on the ground at this point, and look at him and trying to
I
like
don't
communicate.
know. What is going on? Please, fuck! Can help me.
Is it the letter F that causes you kerfuffling?
The stone will fall from your hand and the door will open.
My
Wait,
name.
what was the last one?
My fucking name.
It was the letter F.
Yeah.
Gruff, I am so sorry. It seems cruel fate that that would be the one you end up with. And she
Oh,
will kind of help him
Right?
Gruff.
to his feet.
Okay, he's good. We're good to go.
Yes.
Okay. You enter the next room. Let me pull you over.
Just random spasms, guys. Just
And
random
there
spasms.
seems to be a figure in this room.
Gasp.
You enter the room, and it's slightly cluttered with objects and clothing, and you see what at first you thought was a statue, standing, staring into a mirror with a slight smile on their face. And as you approach them, it looks up and says, "Only the most beautiful may pass." And let me show.
Well, I guess I'm going on without you guys then.
Oh, Cinda.
That is the only
Um,
appropriate.
As I'm
And then
like,
she will look back into the mirror. And what are you guys doing?
Brass doesn't understand
Cinder
that.
walking on because the door is still locked.
Time out. No,
No,
Valdoni's
no,
gonna
no.
go. Valdoni's gonna move over to Cinder. And Cinder, I have seen your face, and I have seen your beauty. They are different things. Please
Oof.
don't talk like that.
I do believe she was making the joke that she was the only one who could get beyond this door.
Madam, what is with this mirror? That's what she's looking at?
You're talking to the woman?
Yes.
She will turn and take in your clothing and apparel and all of you and say, "Why would I let someone so unkempt and hideous pass?" And then go back to staring in the mirror. And you will notice that in the reflection is a ghastly reflection of herself that seems to just have the skin sloughing off of the bones. And
Well, Braz is feeling real fucking insecure now, if she wasn't
Sorry.
before.
Love
So
you all.
thanks.
Listen, she's
Valdoni-
clearly ugly on the inside. Look at the reflection.
Yeah, she's a total bitch.
If I look in the mirror, am I reflected accurately or am I reflected?
Yes, you are.
and I cast like a minor image on my face
Mm-hmm.
and just cause it to be reminiscent of the skeletal head that's in the image, and talk and then say, "Do I fare any better?"
No, you fare worse.
Take it off. Well, that's 0 for 2 so far.
Can I do a search around the room for other things? This is just a
You
bare
mean
room.
investigation?
Could you roll it for me?
Yes. What's your?
For investigation, it's a plus 15, and you can't roll lower than a 10.
Okay. So all around the room there are chests, containing various articles of clothing. Some of these articles of clothing are the same as what this woman is wearing. They're all in the same style, same color. Some of them are the exact same actual articles of clothing.
Estelle's going to quickly hum a tune to herself by casting Seeming to look exactly like the woman in front of the mirror.
So beautiful. Such a beauty. And she'll
Estella-
just like kind of
sorry.
look at you and then like, "Oh, you may pass."
Oh, this is a sick game.
This
And
is-
Valdoni will snap and smoke will like shimmer down her arm as she transforms into the statue, but the expression on her face is complete and utter just ugh.
RBF.
Yes, this is much better look for you. Look at those cheekbones. Wouldn't you agree?
I
They are
imagine
just
that there are
divine.
some that might disagree, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I suppose. She looks at the rest of them in the room. I don't have anything that might help beyond this.
As you look over at Nicholas, he is like sizing a dress on himself. Like,
Nick, do
It's
they
a
have
good
any
size.
plus-size dresses?
I
They
think
come
they
in
might,
various
Capitan.
sizes. Yes.
They come.
Oh,
yeah,
they're
a
very
wide array.
progressive.
I do not know if they will fit over our horns, though, Gruff.
I can make it work.
I will
Climb into the dress from the feet first.
Yeah,
pull it
wait.
up.
Have you never put on
Oh,
a
yeah, I
dress before,
guess.
Brazatul?
I have 2 sets of clothing, this uniform and my traveler's set.
I will help you find a reasonable fit, Brass. And Valdani will move to a chest to kind of
Oh,
help.
wait, no, I guess there's the third kind. He bought the baggy clothes for that dinner party.
Yeah, she's gonna help find a dress to set him up with.
Hold on, I'm messaging you something.
Oh boy, I don't like that at all.
Proper and Sarah, you'll have this now. Yeah, and you can help them find a dress, help them get into it. And-
Estelle gets right to work because she is quite familiar with getting people dressed.
Yeah.
I'll go to a
Lift your
dress.
arm, Brass. Lift your arm, Brass.
I am trying. This
I
is
understand,
not
but the
comfortable.
sleeves are very small. I know, but just
How
one
do
moment.
people wear these?
Listen, we do it without any fuss, and nearly half as much as you're making right now.
I'm sorry. This is
Still not used to
awkward.
that.
Are there any bigger dresses? This one's a bit tight in the armpits.
Oh, you look lovely,
They're
Capitan.
all tight.
I
in the
like how
armpits,
it's
darling.
tight in the armpits only.
I
They
mean,
are
have
all
you ever
tight in the
seen
armpits, my
females'
darling.
clothing?
Such beautiful dresses. The best taste, clearly. And if you guys are all getting the dresses put on and attempting to look as much like her, you can pass through. And you all now have Narcissist's Charm. You have a +1 charisma and the ability to cast Charm Person once per long rest.
Ooh.
As long as we have the dresses on, or
No, for the rest of the session.
okay.
Question,
Do I-
question, GM. I already have 20 charisma. Do I get
Yeah.
I mean, the one doesn't.
Power to go beyond.
If your character sheet will allow you to do it, then
Hell
go
yeah.
ahead.
it
So-
super well?
So do I still pass in my dress?
Yeah,
Oof.
you do.
Oh, you pass.
Commitment to the fact that he actually lost a real arm.
I'm playing the rest of this game with
the
only my
door
left
will
arm.
open and you guys can all continue on.
How does one breathe in this?
Carefully, Braz. Very carefully.
Nice, even strokes. Don't break the corset like Gruff just
I
did.
feel as if Gruff has the correct idea.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, once we move to the next room, are we able to get them more comfortably fitted? If they
More
want to
comfortably
continue,
fitted.
great.
Yeah, but if anyone wants to get out of these ill-fitting dresses, you can. Or you can rock it the whole session. It's up to you. You can take them home.
The second that they're out of eyesight of this horrible statue, Valdani will, like, the smoky shadow will drop from her form as she returns to herself. Ugh. Quite distasteful.
Little help. I can't really reach the
I've got
zipper.
you, Cinda. She'll help unzip.
All around this room are like sconces, like candelabras, and they appear to have lit glowing green flames. And as soon as you enter the room, you will hear the hiss of air and realize that the sound is air leaving the room. Both doors are shut, of course. upon entering this room, and it's appears to be leaving very rapidly. You find yourself
then
already taking
For sure. We're
faster
trying again.
breaths.
Trying that goddamn knob again.
Will not work.
God.
Valdoni casts her eyes around looking for a plaque or instructions, that seems to be the MO.
There is not a plaque, though you will notice that even though there's the hiss of air leaving the room, the flames don't seem to be sputtering.
Douse them.
Valdoni will move over to one and try to blow it out.
It will not move.
Can I get an Arcana check on what these flames are?
Yeah, but first everyone roll a con check for me.
What if
As
we're
the
holding
air
our
is-
breath?
Con check or
Third.
con save?
Save. If you want to hold your breath, we can hold your breath. Yep.
What if we've canonically said Estelle doesn't
Ooh.
breathe?
I don't think Warforged
Then
eats,
you'll be
water
fine.
breathing
drink, or
too.
breathe.
I think Estelle would be fine.
Well, I've only mentioned this because we did the whole thing with underwater bid, and we did say she probably didn't breathe.
I don't think Warforged actually have to eat, drink, or breathe.
Exactly.
Yeah, it should be in your thingy. I got a 28.
Okay.
If anyone's within, 10 feet of me, you get a +5.
Oh shit, then that's a dirty 20.
So 33?
Okay, you're fine. What did everyone else roll?
22.
You're fine.
I guess I'll roll one. Hold on.
17. I think I got the lowest.
28.
I got the lowest with 15.
Well, after I added the +5, I rolled a 12 as a start.
Oh, that's very good.
All right, Nick, you're gonna pass out.
Shit.
Gasp.
Nick?
And let's see here.
You're doing things, but I.
64 damage, Nick.
Holy shit.
Sorry, someone
What
said something
the
about these flames,
Fuck?
and I want to just double check what they already said before I say anything.
So timeout. So he got a 17. I got a 15.
Well, you added your +5, yeah.
I'm out of range. It's 10 feet, right?
Oh.
I'm 15 feet.
Welcome to Dreamland.
That's gonna fuck me up real quick.
Cinder. Cinder. Cinder.
Do I take that same damage and pass out GM?
What was
Can
your
you
save?
fill the room with water?
I got a 15. He got a 17.
Yeah.
So I
You're gonna
64
take that
and
same
then pass
damage
out.
and pass
Okay.
out. Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
I think I can. So Luca, I know what you just said, but with the new information, if I were to
go ahead,
do
go
something
ahead,
different.
Go ahead.
Okay, I would have to look this up. And with one arm, this might take a little bit.
Sorry, what did
Ty,
Cinder do
what's
before they got into
create
the room?
water?
Oh wait, are we past
Create
What?
Destroy Water is a first or second level spell.
Is it a wizard spell?
No, I think it's Cleric
Oh,
Druid
good
Wizard.
one. I know.
No, it's not a wizard spell.
Oh,
Hold on. There's got to be something you can do.
Which I can do.
Can I take my a couple of fucking talons and just try to snuff a light out?
Yeah, it will not. If you're just trying to, it will not go.
Does it?
This
So it
seems
doesn't.
very-
It doesn't emit heat.
It does not emit heat.
Hmm.
Are you doing anything else with it?
So
Fuck.
I
Is there-
can.
Sorry.
Sorry, for
Did
real
Cinder
quick.
already press digitize to try to unlight these candles?
No, I was gonna do an Arcana check.
I mean, Estelle's going to attempt it at least once.
Okay. It will not snuff out the candles.
Perfect. That's all I wanted to do.
Turk, what are you doing?
I'm passed out.
Cinder, watery sphere.
Yeah, I was just about to ask Luca if I create a watery sphere.
How big does
Can-
it get?
It's a 5-foot diameter. Oh no, 5 foot. Is it 5 foot radius or 5 foot diameter? 5 foot radius, so it's 10 feet in diameter. and I can control it. I can move it, so I can kind of like gather around everyone to me, and go to the passed out people.
Okay, so let's see here. So it's like that big.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me left-handedly move to it. I would say so, yeah. I think like
Okay.
we could all kind of just stick our heads in it.
Yeah, if you want
But
to
I
try
would
and do
walk
that,
it
you will be able to breathe in there. Since
Yeah,
you
I
have
would walk
underwater
it
breathing.
to Valdoni and Nicholas, and everyone will come towards it so that we can control this. And I think since they're passed out, they're automatically restrained in the sphere.
Yeah.
So you guys
Now,
will
does it
be
say
able
one or
to
two
breathe
creatures?
now. If you're in there, how many creatures?
It looks like only 4 can fit technically.
Only, I
I
mean, we
think
can
the
take turns
spell-
coming in and out, but
Does the spell have limitations?
I
Time.
think it does. Any creature in the sphere space.
Okay. All right.
But I'll keep reading.
Is there any? So since obviously that didn't happen, is there anything showing in this room, other than the candelabras?
It's just the candelabras placed every so often on all of the countertops here, and then the sconces placed every so often, and then there's a few like random magical books of various topics, like a little bit of a arcanist's library.
Okay, just to be clear, it can restrain up to 4 people, so we can say it restrains the 2 passed out people, and then we can all kind of dip in and breathe and then dip out.
Okay.
Fuck it. Braz will reach out his claw at one of the candelabras, and he'll just twist and try to dispel magic on one of them.
He's twisting the candelabra.
No, he's just twisting, like, just thematically. Dispelling magic is just like drawing the magic to cancel it out.
Okay, the spell will fail.
Fair.
Hello, Master of Rim. I think that's how you pronounce that. They've just raided us while we're all slowly dying.
Oh hey,
Woo!
they're running out of
Yay.
there.
Raid! Can I perform my Arcana check?
Yeah.
Okay, can you do it actually?
Yep.
It is plus 12.
Okay. Okay. While this whole place seems magical, the sconces and the candelabras seem almost mechanical.
Okay, can I look for like breakpoints?
Yeah, you will
In
see
the
there's
structure?
like tiny little tubes of what appear to be like natural gas feeding these.
Estelle will mind link to Cinder. Find anything else? Anything interesting?
Yeah, as I'm very visibly studying these, I'm like, and then going over and like going up and like peeking around, maybe like kind of like this or like that. I'll say yes. They look like there's some sort of natural resource fed to create a continuous flame. I believe this is not magical in the slightest, and it is completely mechanical. Something you would see our little gnome friend create.
True, I attempted to rid of them any magic, but nothing came of it.
Then the point stands. Is there any kind of like, even in the slightest, like on-off or like turning mechanism for the tube?
There does not appear to be a very simple, obvious switch. No.
GM, can I ask a weird, stupid question that might be?
Okay.
How many? Well, firstly, unrelated. How many are there abouts in the room?
Just as many as you can see on the map.
Cool.
So,
Estelle's gonna try something and see how it goes, just because why not?
okay.
She's going to cast Animate Objects, and she is going to will all of these wall sconces and candelabras to, either turn themselves off or, block their gas flow in whatever way they can physically do it.
All right, they are going to tip as if pulled on, like a sconce or candelabra secret switch out of like a la Scooby-Doo. And the flames will extinguish, and you will hear the hiss of air return to the room.
Pull
Damn,
on
I was
it.
literally just
It's
about
of
to go
course
fuck with that.
pull on it.
He's still unconscious, GM.
Are they?
Yes, but
Oh.
Whirling
if
in
you give
my
it a
sphere
few
of
minutes,
water.
if you give it a few minutes, you can slowly return to consciousness as you're able to breathe now in that water with your water breathing.
Yeah.
I'll hold him in the water. I actually think it's a minute spell. Yeah, it's 1 minute, so I'll let them down after a minute.
Yeah, because Brez is gonna at least like try to jostle them awake.
Yeah,
Yes.
They can return to consciousness if you guys are awake.
Are
Yeah.
you
As
all
now,
right?
all of us are soaking wet.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. Why am I so wet everywhere?
That would be Cinder saving your lives.
I am
Sorry.
very happy that you worded this carefully. Thank you.
Estelle's gonna
welcome.
kind of walk over to Valdoni and Nicholas and prestidigitize them to clean them off and dry them off.
All right.
Yeah, I will prestidigitize as well to dry. We'll have like 2 like heated fans going with this and just.
Are you two all right?
And no, that took quite a bit out of me. Nick, are you all right?
No, I'm not.
This
That
was
hurt
not
like-
unlike that odd room before.
What color is this room?
Yeah, if it's fucking yellow, I'm about to be real
Green.
triggered.
The
Oh,
lights
fuck.
are all green.
Hey, I'm like it's halvesies, so I'm not
We'll
too
work
happy.
our way around the color wheel yet, Braz.
I
Oh,
would hope to stop it.
Um,
It hurts. Right.
Estelle, as you're standing closest to these stairs and the door has opened now, you're actually going to feel wind and catch a scent of outdoor, fresh air.
It is distinctly possible this is our last door, or there's some interesting magic going on in the next room.
Both
Be
are-
prepared for either.
Yeah, both are
Uh,
good chances.
Braz at this point is going to try to, get both of them on their feet while twin casting warding bond. So, their neat little rings light up.
Okay. All right. Is everyone continuing on to the next? You will climb up these stairs, and you appear to be on the upper floor of this tower. All around is just whipping wind and fog. You cannot see the ground or anything else around you, though one thing you do see as you climb up onto this surface is Darius.
Darius?
Oh, well, took you all a little bit longer than I thought to climb this tower.
I got your gift.
Oh, you did, huh?
I was unsure if you had survived all this time.
Well, here I am. Good as ever,
Lucky for this witch, you still breathe.
Yeah. Lady Bitch may be a cold one, but she knows how to keep someone alive,
Were you treated well?
As well as a a neglected house pup could be treated. What the fuck's wrong with all of you? Who the fuck's
They-
that? Points to
There is
Cinder.
a lot to there is a lot to explain. You have been gone for nearly a has it been like a it's been like a year, right?
It's been less
think
than
since that
a
mission,
year.
Since his mission of
Oh,
like
since that
leaving, because
mission,
that was a really
yeah,
early one when Braz first came in.
Yeah,
It was right
I have a
after
question,
the
Luca.
Cobalt Cauldron.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been pulled over to the next room.
Yes, you have. What?
I'm still looking at the old, like, the gray screen of the multiple rooms.
That's where we are. Bottom
Yeah,
right.
that's the top.
Oh.
That's the roof.
Wait, am I dumb? I
You're
am
right
dumb.
you're under Estelle. For
No, I'm
Darius.
sorry. I'm just slightly zoomed in too much. Never mind
Okay.
that. Anyway. Anyway.
Just filled with happiness, Braz just embraces Darius and all that.
You will, as you go to embrace him, notice that he is holding a few wrapped packages.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff under my arm. That I'll kind of like set down as you kind of come into it. Give you the nice little like the like tough hug pat kind of thing, you know.
Valdoni will nudge Nick towards Darius. Just kind of a push.
Darius, is this... Are you... I'm so sorry. For your...
Listen. I came to terms with it. We just weren't ready, you know?
It's not your fault. It was mine. I should have been more prepared, and I did everything. Will you be allowed to leave? Are you...
Well, I'm not told much around here. I just know that I was sent here to give you guys these things.
She is not here.
Last I saw, she was busy doing something else.
How would she meet us
Of
herself?
course, she
She's-
was.
Other ways to hurt us. Look, if there is any way you think you can break away from her, we will make it happen. I will make it happen. I owe you that.
It is kind of tempting,
It's
and I don't always hold grudges, you know?
I will not allow you to be shackled here like some
no,
indentured servant.
we don't leave people behind.
As you say the word shackled, you see there's kind of like a indescript but like slightly, I guess, bedazzled or like colorful-ish collar around my neck.
We can have that removed. We can get that off of you. You just need to come with us.
Why don't we see what's in these packages first? I don't know what's here. I was instructed not to open them, but it looks like you guys are here, and there's 6 things right here. Been dying to see what it is.
At
Excuse
this
me, I
point,
don't believe
your
we've
safety
met.
There
is not.
appears to be a wrapped package addressed to each of you.
What does mine say specifically?
To Brazil Duel.
Oh, boo.
DM,
Yes.
does Darius seem himself?
He does.
He doesn't seem like he's trying to deceive us into something.
Roll an insight.
Bob chick.
Roll your insight.
I'd like to give this insight my all.
Okay.
Time out. Valdani
What?
will assist. Let's not take a level exhaustion for a fucking insight check.
Not only a level, 2 levels.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. That's pretty gruff.
How dare you?
Listen, I'm gonna get as many of those jokes in this evening as I can. Okay, I'm at 2.
I rolled a 15
Alright.
plus 2, 17 insight.
Is it just you rolling or both of you?
Am I
Yeah, I-
allowed to give it my all or no?
You can.
Okay, 21 for me.
All right.
Okay.
He seems completely on the level. He seems, like he's maybe been a prisoner against his will for like a year or probably longer for him since time here is a little wonky. But other than that, it seems like him on the level.
Can I attempt to like pull at this collar to like see if it comes off?
You can. And it will not.
Like it doesn't. It seems
Well,
it's probably
as you
seamless,
reach,
isn't it?
as you reach towards it, I'll kind of grab your wrist and be like, "Don't even try, buddy."
No one should be shackled to another.
Especially not on our count. Look, we can get it. We can get it off you. We have vast amounts of magical prowess. We have the ability.
Listen.
Is now the time and place, though?
I'm
When
with her.
else?
Listen, if I were to advise you guys anything, so she's probably got eyes and ears everywhere.
I am keenly
Then
aware
she
of this.
should know that we will not leave this place without you. Not again.
Lonnie will take this opportunity to move. Well, she's been hanging back this whole time. She'll move forward and seeing Darius will just, sadness in her eyes, nod to him. We'll speak later, Darius, but right now we need to get to Helibonia. Darius will not have the answers to his own freedom. We should proceed until we meet with the Lich.
She might yet still be a coward.
I agree with Nicholas on that part, but I
Steady,
did
my
also
friend.
agree to be on my behavior this evening.
Steady. She'll look back at Darius. It's good to see you, my friend.
Likewise.
And she'll look down at the gifts. One last game, I suppose. And
Oh.
she'll look for the one that's named or written with her name on it.
I'll pick them up and I say, I've got an order for these. I'll toss one back. The first one will be thrown to Cinder. Don't know you, but for some reason I do. I'll throw the next one to Nick.
Here, wait, we'll do them one at a time. Cinder,
Okay.
if she opens the wrapping, we'll find a small book that says Magic and Life, a book on origins by A.Z.Z. Kanazygal.
Yes.
That name is so familiar.
She'll catch it. Me already forgetting she has one hand. And kind of, I guess she'll take a seat. She'll kind of look and say, "Okay." Open the package and see on the ground is this book of interesting life things. Kind of rubs the leather interestingly and probably Arcana checks it or just sees if there's magic imbued into the book.
There is magic imbued into everything here, but this does seem to be an actual physical book.
She'll just kind of ponder and thought about it.
If she opens it and scans through, one of the first pages will be a map with a location marked on it.
What's the map, DM?
Out of character, it's where she comes from.
Ah. Okay. Then she gets real quiet. She kind of sinks in a little bit. a little bit scared, a little bit confused. Closes the book and kind of sits there looking at the ground. Darius kind of looks a little puzzled, but kind of understands that this shit's kind of fucked up. Say, all right, Nick. Tosses Nick's gift.
Nick will catch it and just keep his eyes on Darius for a moment. Fine. Do it that way. And unwrap it. Just rip it into this.
Our
Furiously.
modest fellowship expands.
The book is
Praise the sub.
Lord Flopsy and the Case of the Missing Parents by AZZ Kanazago.
Oh, woof.
Wow.
And inside is, as you flip through, appears to be Lord Flopsy traveling to the east, knowing exactly where to go.
He's gonna take the book, look at it, and just turn and like hurl it discus style off the tower. Just
What was that for?
wait, is it? Wait, sorry. He's just going east, or does he actually have a
He
destination?
actually goes east. He has a destination.
Okay, that's a little different.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I thought it was just
through-
like he goes east and he's just gone. Goodbye forever.
It tells the story of him going east, getting on a very specifically named ship, going to a very specifically named continent, talking to a very specifically named person at a very specifically named bar, and the very last page is Lord Flopsy knocking on a door.
Don't throw it off the tower then.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, oh, not what I expected, but okay.
He's just
Rude.
gonna look over the book and just quietly place it into his jacket. Of course you would.
Darius now gives a nod, takes the next package, tosses it. He says, I heard about you, Gruff. Even back then you were quite the monster of a beast.
I've heard the same of you.
The hunt's been quelled, though, I've heard.
Thankfully.
Gruff, are you gonna open your package?
I guess so.
Wow.
Motherfucker.
Ah, that's so
Your book.
good.
Your
I
book
love
is
it.
called Planning Your Seaside Vineyard by AZZ Kanazago.
Clap, 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 because I can't do it with this thing on.
Wow. Just put it away.
Next up,
I hand the package to Valdoni.
She's seeing that they're books. I like kind of these book-shaped packages. She's gonna hold it for a second and just try not to let like the hope that's just like burning in her like overwhelm her senses. And she's gonna do that thing where she kind of slips her finger like under the seam and just opens up the spine, like not even the full book. She just wants to get a look at the spine.
it's titled Wishes, a complete and tested guide on wording the perfect spell by AZZ Kanazago.
Shit.
And Valdani will begin to laugh on this roof, holding the book, just clenching it, and tears forming in her eyes and kind of spilling out the corners as she begins to like kind of in equal parts laugh and just cry.
I'll kind of in front of her, just pull like a handkerchief I've had. And it's a little bit dirty from the blacksmithing I've been doing, but
She
I
doesn't
offer
seem
it.
to mind. She gratefully accepts it. Thank you, Darius. And she wipes at her eyes, and looks over to specifically to Nick and then Braz, before tearing off the rest of the paper, and just holds it up.
What is it?
Let's
good.
get out.
It's good, Braz. Let's hope.
Next up, Darius.
I give her a kind of like a head pat as I turn to Braz, hold it out. As I hand it to him, kind of like looking him in the eyes.
It's just kind of what Valdoni, but just like tailing across, and then unwrap.
It says, Forgotten Sisters and Where to Find Them, a travel guide by AZZ Kanadagal.
And his pupils just fucking dilate, and he just kind of staggers back a bit, and just, claw on snout, just wordless.
And last,
Similarly, I'll kind of like bring Braz in quickly a little bit, a little softer than like the kind of like the rough embrace we had earlier. It's forever, however long he wants to.
He literally probably at this point would not let go.
I'll hold him for a little bit and toss the last one to Estelle and say, "Oh, and it's nice to meet you too, Warforged. Although it's better under certain circumstances than these, hopefully next time."
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Estelle. Or, well, I was designated 357L, but I think the name fits more perfectly these days. And as she takes as they take the gift from Darius, she's going to place it on the ground and open up her carpet bag and reach inside and grab a plate with a cloche on top and place it next to him. Pull off the cloche and say, I don't know if you've eaten in a while, but I brought some chocolate biscuits, so I do hope you're hungry. And as she places the cloche down beside Darius, she's going to take the book again and carefully unfold it. Kind of like, the kind of people who like preserve the wrapping paper.
Mm-hmm.
Elderly.
This book appears at first like a book of fairy tales with the name AZZ Kanazagel on it. And the illustrations are beautiful in a vintage style. And Estelle, as you open it to the first page, you will see just wonderful, detailed illustrations of the children that you have cared for, starting with your first. And should you turn the page, it'll continue through all of them. And when you think you should get to the last page, you will turn it again. And for the rest of the book, even though it's quite a thin book, you can continue to turn the pages, and it is every child in Waterdeep that you saved by helping defeat Malar, and then more children's faces continue as you flip through of every child that you personally saved and will now live a full and beautiful life because of your efforts during the final hunt.
Oh gosh. And I'm starting to cry, but I think Estelle does too, which is super unlike her in character. She's very always straightforward. She's always calm and collected, and she's overwhelmed by a sense of emotion that she's always been proud of someone, but she's never truly allowed herself to like appreciate all that she's done. And so she's welled up by a bit of emotion as well.
And as you guys are
How
finished
very clever.
looking through your books, below you, the ground will begin to glow. And you can tell that it is a portal of sorts, and you're fairly confident that it'll take you back home.
Darius. This isn't going to take you with us, is it?
I'm gonna kind of kneel down and put my hand to it. What do I think just by giving it a look over? Is it resonating with me?
I have messaged you what you think.
My things would be possibly slightly easier if I stay.
Clean, Darius.
What? Easier?
Leave that.
In what world would it be easier to just leave you?
As it stands here, your hunts may be over, but mine is just beginning. And as it is now, if I were to ram my fist through my chest and rip out my heart, I would grow a new one. If my head were to be taken off my shoulders, my body obliterated to pieces, I'd wake up in my forge like nothing happened.
Valdoni will move over to Darius and like hold him at shoulder's length for a moment before pulling him into a tight embrace. Like he gets the sense that the words that he said have resonated with her deeply, and as she pulls away, she looks at him. Do what you must and then come home, Darius. We will wait. Whatever it takes.
Well, I've had a long time to think of this. You know what I've learned along the way?
What?
It's not about the goals. It's not about the ambitions. It's the friends we've made along the way. As I kind of go to rip the collar off my neck.
Yeah, if you go to rip it off, it'll come off. It's your choice.
I'll shatter it as I pull it off. Crumble the rest in my hand.
And as it crumbles, so does your immortality. But you are free now to go home.
Oddly enough, I feel lighter being able to die.
Not as bad as you think.
It means you can truly live a life.
You're coming home. Everyone makes it out.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Couldn't agree more.
All right. You guys will step into the portal and be taken back to the clearing, back to the hideout. And I am just going to get you there. We're just going to montage our way there. And at this point, I would like you all to just go maybe in order of overlay, unless you have another suggested order, and tell us what are you doing? What is your character doing? Where does your character go from here?
I think there's gonna be if we'll just describe it almost in a scene.
Yep.
It's Valdoni holds on to this book for a while. She has promises that she made that she'll keep before she goes through with ending the pact to the deity that she swore her soul to so many years ago. The day that she picks is like a bright day. It's sunny and beautiful and like seemingly like bursting with life. There's all the trees are flowering and there's songs of birds everywhere. And she will find herself on a hilltop, ready to like follow through, following the instructions in the book. I'm assuming she's been able to successfully retrieve whatever's required.
Was thorough.
Out of curiosity, is it through our very nerdy Goliath friend that we're doing this thing?
You have everything you need from that book to perform and word the wish as you would like. It seems to speak as if from experience.
That breaks her heart, but she'll go out onto a hilltop, specifically inviting Nick and Braz and then whoever else wants to be there. But she'll have Nick and Braz there with her. And there'll be a moment where she pulls Calvin out of the pocket dimension and looks at him and touches nose with him briefly, and on the wind you can hear, "I'll see you soon." She hands him over to Nick and reads the spell. She goes through with it. And there's a loud, shadowy roar. And when it's over and it's done, Calvin is gone. And so is the trinket that hangs from her horn. But also her horn just kind of slips as if it's been sawn off, and clatters to the ground, as if it had been held magically there for years.
It's news to Braz.
And she'll look at them and just sob. No words. The scene will then cut to a small mountain village, kind of removed from everything, and there's a busy main street where people come and go and are passing through, but there seems to be a shop in particular that people are darting in and out of quickly, and on the window there's a sign that reads "The Final Word." Inside there are people just bustling around shelves, grabbing things and moving them from one place to another, eagerly kind of reading. There's also a sample of wines off to the side. It seems that she's kind of set up a shop of peculiarities between books and wines and various things from all over the land. And there's an upstairs apartment where she descends down to help her guests busily. And oddly enough, there is a small creature that darts between the customer's legs. He's different than before, darker somehow, but he like brings over a note and hops up and kind of frightens one of the customers. She's like, "Oh, that's fine. I'm sorry. Sir Calvin III has yet to learn his manners." as the weasel chirps, and she looks expectantly around for Nick, as if waiting for some sort of shipment to arrive. That's her life. She retires and opens a shop and lives out the rest of her days.
A magnanimous dispensation.
All right. I guess that's me.
Cinder?
I'm doing both of them, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cinder, first order of business will create the powers to cast Regenerate using a wish spell in accordance to the law of the, usage of it to not break its boundaries, and regeneration happens. With the now newfound, previously lost information about where she came from, still not knowing the context of her origins, continues to use the knowledge from the book to find her way into where and what holds the meaning of her creation. On this journey, this is the last time many people have seen her. As for Darius, being back and being a mortal creature once more, is taking to the careful route of continuing his mission. Talking briefly about still needing a hunt, still needing to accomplish something that he set off for when he was very young. Now regretting, opening up to a few people, regretting the taking advantage of the power of the blood and the lichens, as the cult-like behavior was too much for him. Now using resources such as the Harpers in order to help further his goal. He'll continue to study, he'll continue to be in the rooms, and he'll continue to further his goals of eradicating a single creature on his list. As he makes his way through, he continues to sit with the Harpers, continues to drink. He heard there was a real good drink called the Coppernickel that was a favorite to a few of the previous Harpers, and tests his might, as he often says he has the belly of an ancient red dragon. A plus 15 Constitution saving throw. So
You'll make it.
As he has been undefeated by the drink yet, but still revels in the tradition of sucking it down. And in the long run, he's in and out, and you know where to find him. And if you can't find him, he'll find you.
I guess that's me next. The night of, I guess in the morning of the Waterdeep incident, Braz stopped and talked to Z and requested in private if Z would talk to the Vanquisher for him, along with Nick and Gruff. And Z presented Braz with 2 letters, offering him to stay with the Harpers either in Waterdeep, kind of working with the Lord's Alliance cell, or taking command of the High Forest cell. Braz needed some time to think about it. Which he talked to Val a couple days later. It really weighed on him. He will accept taking command after kind of talking with Ilya a little bit, kind of learning the ins and outs, because he's never really felt that he's been in a leadership role before. So this will all be new to him.
She will gladly show him the ropes.
Aside from that, he will be going with Nick and Valdoni, trying to find his sister. Traveling with Tev, like it's a fucking Howl's Moving Castle reference. It's gonna be great. We're gonna eventually find her. In what state? Well, you'll find out. After that, like I said, he stays in the High Forest for, a long while, taking a monthly trip, but instead of just going to the Drod in Timanther, he will take short breaks to see everybody. And especially when he goes to see Ilya, he will bring Sloppy with him, knowing he was her most favoritist little companion around, even though she will never admit it, and she will stab Braz before he is allowed to talk about it.
She will not admit that she's happy to see him, but there does always seem to be some sort of large amount of refuse and stuff just collecting in the garbage.
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird.
But just a note on Braz staying in the High Forest is that Echo will remain there with him and continue to craft from the workshop. And I am pretty sure Peaches will still be in and out quite frequently.
And I'm sure they will cause more than enough shenanigans for Braz to have to be essentially the father figure, having to scold them from blowing things up and, trying to get Sloppy all hyped up on coffee beans because that's his favorite treat. And of course, Brad's going to have to invest in that since Valdoni won't be there for that treat all the time. Just good times.
Gruff will stay around the hideout for a time, making sure that everybody finds their happiness. Is extremely pleased to see Valdoni finally free of her curse. Is overjoyed when he learns that Braz will be allowed to stay. A short time after those two issues are resolved, he will walk through the hideout, saying his goodbyes to a number of people. And then walk upstairs and sit down at a table across from Nicholas and share one last drink before he grabs his bags and makes his way out of the hideout. A number of years pass, and he can be seen tilling and tending to a large field of vines and red grapes. The sound of gulls can be heard in the distance and the crashing of waves far below. He collects the harvest and makes his way back to the small seaside cottage, where he opens the door and smiles as he sees Ilya. And for the rest of his days, he lives in complete peace and happiness.
It's my turn now. Good. I'm okay.
Keep it together.
Nicholas travels, of course, with Raz and Valdoni to find his sister. Hopefully find his sister along the way, finding the little mountain village where they set up shop. And he doesn't, of course, stop being a Harper. He doesn't stop his mission. He continues to write and coordinate and offer any assistance he can. Especially, he's overjoyed when Raz takes command and is sure to send along the finest bottle of wine he can find. Even though he knows he hates it. He says, well, the last commander really liked it. You might need to acquire a taste for it. And then beyond that, just shifting the scenes, there's a moment in a morning in the woods. Nick and Valdoni are walking through. There's a small parting of trees, and I kind of look at you like, if you're certain about learning, I'd be more than happy to teach, but I must tell you, it will not be easy.
I would not expect it to be, my darling. But learn I will and teach you must.
Good. Then the objective is simple. Reach the other side of this little corridor here without me noticing, and he will train her how to be a rogue, just like him. Well, hopefully not just like him, because he's kind of messed up, but like the skills at least are there. And he'll think every day about the book that he received, and he'll read through it, memorizing the details, and he'll consort maps and reference the journey, and one day he will leave a note, and he'll tell Valdoni he's going, of course ahead of time, because he doesn't just leave notes anymore. But out of habit, he still leaves one, telling her he loves her, and then he'll be back soon. He's just going east for a little bit, and he'll be back. And he talks to that ship captain. He boards that ship. He finds the door and somehow finds the strength to knock on it. And then, a week or so later, he comes back into the shop alone, carrying a bag of strange things from his journeys, and a smile on his face, and just looks Valdoni in the eyes, and he's just happy.
Won't ask a thing.
After that, he does his best to try and take a day off. It doesn't go well. He tries to watch birds, and he counts all of them and starts giving them nicknames, and he picks them all out individually, that which one has a little broken feather and which one's beak is a little curved wrong, and then he comes back and it's only been an hour, so he cloisters himself into his little poison set somewhere in a little basement he set up, and manages. He's just sniffing at a bottle, and he collapses from the scent and kind of suddenly coming to, will realize it's only been an hour, and he'll note that, and realize he's left a noxious fume uncorked, and will immediately begin working on an antidote. And just through this entire day, try and fail to relax, but at the end of it, there's a small little festival, and he and Valdoni just have a wonderful normal day. And at the end of the night, he buys fireworks, and they just sit on the hill and watch them go off into the night. Go for it, proper hurt me.
Estelle is a person of habit. She spends the next 20 or so years in Waterdeep. She raises the 4 young ones, and they grow up to be perfect, lovely, and humanitarian leaders in Waterdeep, along with all the children that she has told their stories to over and over and over again. However, Estelle doesn't age, so she moves on. She leaves Waterdeep and she travels to a new city. She finds a new family, some new children who need her help, and she guides them again. And she continues this again and again. And one day, many years later, she is sitting down to tea with an old friend. And this friend has gotten quite a lot older, and Estelle looks pretty much the same. And she takes some books and a bottle of wine, and she gathers her tea things and puts them back in her bag and says, "Thank you very much, Valdoni. It's been absolutely lovely seeing you once again." And she begins on down the path away from the shop.
Ew.
Yes?
Be a Terra, won't you?
Of course, darling. Of course. And Estelle travels down the mountainside and away and finds a new family to call her own.
I thought I was going to make it through mine. Safe.
I think I broke the DM.
No one is safe from the sad good feels.
Okay. After showing Braz the ropes, Ilya will very quietly say her goodbyes before leaving to her seaside cottage, where she will live out her much-earned retirement with Gruff while he tends to his vineyard. And that's how she sees out her days. And so now I have to end the session. But I do have some stuff to say before I do, and I'm just gonna try and make it through it. So thank you,
Oh, no.
Proper.
Oh no.
Because I was fine, and then this happened. Okay, I've got it written down. I'm just gonna try and get through it. That concludes session 26 and season 1 of Harper Investigations. Thank you all for joining us. Tune in more for every other Tuesday. Tune in for more at 6 p.m. Pacific. Though, of course, next time during the week of Thanksgiving, we are out. But we will return in December for a couple of standalone holiday-themed one-shots. And the first one of those will be Tuesday, December 8th. Starting in January is season 2 of Harper Investigations. And I cannot wait to see how this new season will unfold and develop. It has been such a joy running this campaign and creating these narratives with all of you. And I'm going to quote some science at you.
Oh, there.
Anthropologists tell us that storytelling is central to the human existence, that it's common to every known culture, that it involves a symbiotic exchange between teller and listener, an exchange that we learn to negotiate in infancy. Stories are recognizable patterns, and in those patterns we find meaning. We use stories to make sense of our world and to share that understanding with others. They are the signal within the noise. So I thank you for letting me experience and tell this story with you. Thank you for letting me meet all of your characters, your shards of self. And thank you for allowing me to pour so much of myself into this, and for seeming to enjoy it so much. I am on this field trip all the way to the end. I love all of you, and the art we create together fulfills me. So thank you. With that, I will say, I am Luke Locke, and I have been your Dungeon Master this campaign. Players, would you like to go around and sign off?
Yeah, no big deal, boss. Totally fine. I'm super prepared for that. Hello. Hi. I am a mess, but I am still Sarah X. Franco. And I played Valdoni Hunt, the Tiefling Warlock. Well, rogue now, I guess.
Both. They can be both.
They can be both. Why not? I just want to thank all of the players here. Everybody in TPK for being a part of this. I think Lucas said it best, but stories are the thing that matter. And getting to tell such a fantastic story with so many fantastic humans has been... I'm so grateful. So thank you, everyone here. I could not have done it without you. You're all incredible. Everything else feels silly and meaningless in the face of all of this, so I'll just say thank you, everyone, and I'll see you around.
So, I am EG Critical. I've had the unique experience of playing 4 characters in this campaign, 2 of which being my favorite all-time characters ever. Yeah, I think death was pretty hard, but saying goodbye is just kind of tips that iceberg a little bit more, or is the tip of more of the tip of the iceberg a little bit more? Words, whatever. Who needs them? Yeah, we'll all get to live out our lives in this world and continue onward as the next generation comes into play. Can't wait to see it all play out. Can't wait to hear the stories to come following us as we retire and hand over the torch. Thank you guys for playing.
Hey, it's hard to keep it together right now. I'm Tony. Played Brazil Duel. And this was so much because I don't really connect on a person, just like Braz didn't at first. I don't really connect on a lot of emotional level. So this is a lot. And I will say a little on a personal note that not a lot of things bring me joy, but this whole campaign has probably been the happiest I've been for the whole year that I've been in it. It has been so much for me, and not just a break from real life, but just the whole community, all these people I get to play with and talk to and hang out with. It's something that's nice for once in, my life. And I couldn't ask for better people to be with, to do all this kind of crazy stuff with. And I'm super glad that I found Luca last year on Reddit of all places, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have any of this in my life. And I can't be any more grateful, and no other real world can express my gratitude. And I can't stop crying.
Mm-hmm. Hey everybody. I'm Tyrant. You can find me everywhere at Dark Tyrant. I played Gruff, the Minotaur Barbarian. It's really not fair that we have to do this and we can't hug each other.
Agreed.
Damn pandemics and all that.
This was the first campaign I've ever completed. First campaign I ever was a player in. Sorry. I'm trying to continue so that Turk can pull himself together.
You don't blame this on me. How dare you?
Don't put that evil on him, Ricky Bobby.
Say what you have to say.
He's trying to give you time.
I know.
I'm gonna be okay. Just do it.
The people and the stories and the characters that I've experienced and we've all experienced through this campaign have helped me so much. I feel like my life has changed so much because of this community, this campaign, this group of people. And I know there's more. I know there's more in store. But it, I was telling Luca that I delete all of my characters when I don't use them anymore. And I can confidently say that I will never delete Gruff. Just means too much. So, thank you all. And I can't wait to continue making dope shit with all of you.
Okay, I'm good. Am I good? I'm not good. Hi. My name is Turk, and I'm never going to forget being able to play Nicholas Ignatius Darlow. You're double-aged son of a bitch rogue. His mom's not a bitch. His mom's a lovely lady. Anyway, I gotta tell jokes. It's the only way to stop the crying. I joined on an Instagram ad, everybody.
Same.
I did not sign up for this. But I'm so glad it happened. There's so many moments in this campaign. My nose is going to be super clogged, so I apologize for sounding worse than I did before. But so many wonderful things have occurred, not just joining DPK, but joining this group and writing and playing through amazing things with you all. And I have no correct and sufficient way to express the debt I feel I owe you all for what you gave to me. And I will try to do that. Not just this group, but everyone in chat and everyone who supported us, and Luca for dealing with all our crazy ideas and everything. Just thank you all so much for this, and I will do everything I can to make it up to you. Sorry, it's y'all are some of the best things that happened to me. I'm gonna mute myself and cry some more. Proper, please.
Well, thank you all for welcoming me with open arms. I joined a little bit later than some of you, but just like the Harpers, you accepted me. I got to play my absolutely lovely Robot Mary Poppins. Definitely not Robot Mary Poppins. What are you talking about? Right from that first Be a Terror RP, I was like, this is a great group. I'm okay with this. And y'all were lovely. I don't like making you cry. I kind of do. But please never apologize for crying. Crying just means that you care, and it shows. I think, as Nick might say, au revoir does not mean goodbye. It means until we meet again. So let's keep playing and keep making magnificent stories.
Okay, I'm gonna, before we all just fall to pieces, I'm gonna say thank you all. Thank you to chat for being a part of our story. Thank you for letting us do this. And good night.